it gives you pain here. When I press, it really hurts you. It's real. It's doing real things inside your body that are causing you horrific symptoms, horrific discomfort. And he is saying that is due to oxygen deprivation caused by the brain as a protective mechanism to distract you from buried emotions like rage. My name is Amari Love. It's my sincerest wish to help you on your recovery journey by sharing with you the tools and techniques that helped me recover from decades of chronic illness. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm really glad that you found your way here. My name is Amari Love, and I'm a mind-body coach and a writer. I'm going to talk to you about a book that was amazing for my recovery from chronic illness and that has helped so many people. It's The Mind-Body Prescription by Dr. John Sarno, which, if you're moving in the world of chronic fatigue syndrome or ME, you may have heard of. He was the founder or the man behind Mind-Body Recovery. So it's something that a lot of people are using now to recover from conditions including chronic anxiety, chronic pain, chronic fatigue syndrome. If you haven't heard of TMS or the mind-body syndrome before this video, then I'm going to put links for you below to articles and book summaries on my website that make it really easy to understand. And please subscribe to this channel for more support and clear guidance for your own recovery. A lot of people with chronic illness can't read or can try to read but can't make sense of the words. That was certainly my case with brain fog, and I couldn't even read texts on my mobile phone and make any sense of them. So fatigue and brain fog can really combine to make these things impossible. So I hope that me reading to you and helping you understand elements that relate to your own recovery may be of help to your journey. The Mind-Body Syndrome. That's not what it's called even. The Mind-Body Prescription by Dr. John Sarno. It was written in the 1980s as one of a series of 4 books that he published on mind-body recovery after an amazing period of research that he did, studying the structural damage in people who had pain and who didn't have pain. And his findings were revolutionary. They still are revolutionary. The work that he created has allowed hundreds of thousands of people to recover from chronic health conditions. So I hope that this work helps you begin your path towards recovery. Glasses on or glasses off? There's a point in life as you get older where no matter what you do, your vision is no longer as brilliant as it used to be. Mind you, if you are having vision issues as a symptom, I do want to reassure you that I did lose my vision completely for a period of time, and it has restored. My vision is now much better than when I was chronically ill. I find that a lot of things that I thought were gone from me have come back. I had a lot of brain fog, and I thought I wouldn't ever be able to read again, and I wouldn't ever be able to understand complicated things. But actually, it's completely restored. So this is totally possible. It's totally viable. Okay? You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe this all at once. I'm inviting you to explore these theories and come to an understanding of them. Don't worry if you disagree with them or don't believe in them. At the beginning, it's better to just treat it like a new thing that you're discovering and that you're going to understand. That's actually brain rewiring in action. Take a breath as well with me. It's always a good idea to slow down and regulate your nervous system no matter what you're doing. So if you put a hand on your heart, just take one breath If you make a sigh on the out breath, that's amazing. You may feel the vibration in your throat or your chest. That's great. Get comfortable. I'm going to read to you. Chapter 9, The Therapeutic Program, The Power of Knowledge. Since you're reading this book, chances are you have suffered a pain syndrome for weeks, months, or years. The length of time is not important for the TMS diagnosis, nor is the fact that you may have had recurrent episodes of pain that began with a physical incident or injury. Consider this your initial consultation with me. Your pain may be in the lower back, accompanied by numbness, tingling, or weakness in any part of one or both legs. It may be in the middle or upper back, or it may be in the neck and shoulder with pain, numbness. I'm in Mexico and it's very noisy. I've had a lot of motorbikes and shouting and noise from the street coming in. It's part of the beauty of experiencing different cultures, but sometimes, I do want to make a quiet video for my people who are watching who maybe have a lot of sensitivity to sound or a lot of difficulty processing information. So I keep going trying to get quiet background for my videos for you. Okay. It may be in the middle or the upper back, or it may be in the neck and shoulder with pain, numbness, tingling, or weakness in one or both arms. It may be in the shoulder joint region, the elbow, the wrist, the fingers, the hip area, the knee, the ankle, the top or bottom of the foot on one or both sides. All of these are common manifestations of TMS. The pain may be worse during the day or at night. It may be severe when you first awaken and try to get out of bed, gradually improving as the day goes on. Or you may be at your best when you get up in the morning and suffer increasing pain in the course of the day. It may be aggravated or improved by sitting, standing in one place, or walking. You may be afraid to bend or lift. If you can't do those things, you will not be able to do your job, run, or engage in sport or exercise. You may be afraid to do anything physical, no matter how easy the task or maneuver. Or you may have continued to be physically active, including participating in vigorous sports, in spite of the pain. You may get pain at strange, illogical times and not get it when it seems like you should. These are all common scenarios for people with TMS, and are classic examples of how they become programmed to have pain at certain times and in association with many different activities or physical postures. Most of the time, you are under the impression that something is wrong with your back or neck or shoulders, a structural defect, deterioration or degeneration of parts of your spine, a bulging or herniated disc, fibromyalgia, a tear or strain in the muscle, tendinitis somewhere. These diagnoses are usually supported by X-rays, a CT scan, or MRI studies, and it is highly likely that your pain got considerably worse when you learned what these tests showed. Your life may be literally dominated by the pain syndrome. It haunts your waking hours. You have been to many doctors and tried many treatments, but though it is sometimes better for a while, the condition invariably returns. Your family and friends are sympathetic and constantly warn you to be careful. I have learned all these things from you in the course of taking your history. The physical examination disclosed either no objective neurological abnormalities or a variety of relatively minor ones like the loss of a tendon reflex, some mild weakness, or a change in the perception of a painful stimulus like a pinprick. Some of you had extremely limited ability to move around, maneuver on the examination table, or bend over, and others were remarkably agile. Virtually all of you, however, experienced pain when I pressed on certain muscles in the lateral buttock, the small of the back, and the top of the shoulders. Additionally, about 80% of you felt pain when I pressed on the long tendon of the side of both thighs. Because of the physical findings and the history, I concluded that you have TMS, and I proceeded to tell you what that meant. I said that the structural abnormalities identified were not the cause of your pain, and that I would present evidence then, and in the course of my lectures, to buttress that conclusion. The pain, stiffness, burning, pressure, numbness, tingling, and weakness were caused by mild oxygen deprivation in the muscles, nerves, or tendons involved in each case. In itself, this is harmless, although it can produce more severe pain than anything else. You would not be left with residual damage when your symptoms disappear. I then proceeded to explain why the brain had seen fit to reduce the blood flow to these areas, causing the distressing symptoms, how the rage and other powerful feelings in the unconscious were threatening to break out into consciousness, and the pain had to be created as a distraction to prevent that from happening. Okay? So that was quite a lot for you to take in. I invite you to take a breath right now, just to help your nervous system regulate. Don't worry if you haven't grasped all of that information. A lot of this information can go straight past, which is why I'm going to regularly share with you information about TMS, the mind-body syndrome, and I'm going to read extracts from this book, The Mind-Body Prescription, here on YouTube. Something to bear in mind with Dr. John Sarno is that he's very focused on chronic pain, because for many years, leading up to his discoveries in the early 1980s, he worked as a doctor focused on helping people with pain. So most of his language refers to chronic pain, but he does also say in the books at various times, this does apply to other conditions, to other illnesses. And when any symptom becomes chronic, meaning it persists over a long time, then this work can be applied. So please note that when I read from his book, it's going to be talking about chronic pain, but we could substitute the word chronic fatigue or chronic anxiety or chronic gut issues or whatever issue you're having, fibromyalgia, depression, negative thinking. Okay, we get all kinds of issues, but this recovery work is for so many symptoms. But in your mind, think when I say chronic pain, think of whatever the symptoms are that you're suffering right now. Substitute that word for anything that fits. Gradually, over time, most people come to understand this theory. You do not have to believe in it all at once. The first step is to allow yourself to start to discover, explore, and understand what Dr. Sarno is talking about. It may seem like a difficult or complicated concept to grasp, especially when you have symptoms like brain fog or fatigue or anything that makes reading or understanding or processing information difficult. And I want to reassure you that that is typical at first. And by gradually listening to me or reading extracts, or there are articles that are really easy to understand on my website about TMS, it is a process of coming to understand this theory of TMS. It does take time. As Sarno said in that section, he said what he tells people in the first appointment is that they're going to come to his lectures and they're going to learn and understand about what's happening. So I want you to think of it as a process where you go through something and you learn. Sadly, he's no longer with us, so you can't go to his lectures. And I never got to go to any of his lectures, sadly. But it is wonderful, and the work does carry on in the mind-body community. That's what I'm sharing here, mind-body medicine or mind-body healing. Let me just draw your attention to something that you can take away from this video. Whatever your diagnosis is, that label, whether it's chronic fatigue syndrome or ME or chronic anxiety or chronic pain or fibromyalgia or IBS, gut health issues, insomnia, chronic anxiety, autoimmune, any condition that you have been given a name of, he is talking to you, to that condition, and he is saying, okay, so it expresses like this in the body. It gives you pain here. When I press, it really hurts you. It's real. It's doing real things inside your body that are causing you horrific symptoms, horrific discomfort. And he is saying that is due to oxygen deprivation caused by the brain as a protective mechanism to distract you from buried emotions like rage, things that are not safe to bring up and feel because of past patterns. That's what he's saying. So that is a radical thought. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to agree with it. I just want to help you begin to understand it. And over time, you can look at it and contemplate it, mull it over, and think about, could this apply to me? Could it be that I have any repressed emotions that have never been expressed? And if so, it's worth exploring this mind-body recovery work. So there is a pathway that I suggest, which is where you learn and understand what may be happening. And if that feels possible for you, you then learn how to release those underlying stresses and emotions through nervous system regulation and deep guided emotional healing. Many people are recovering from conditions that the medical establishment has said are impossible to recover from. They are using this work. So I hope that this video has resonated with you and given you some support today. Leave a comment, tell me your thoughts, give any feedback, and I will put links that are helpful for you. I will also link to articles about John Sarno and to suggestions of what you can do as your next step. Thank you so much for being here today. You are so welcome. Good job. If this video has helped you, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with others who are also on the recovery path. This space is here to support you with practical tools, clear guidance, and a steady reminder that you are not broken. You can find brain retraining tools, nervous system support, and free healing resources at amarilove.com. Please leave a like, and you can click on the screen now to see another video or a playlist to help with your healing journey. Take good care of yourself now.